Alright guys, welcome back to another video on my channel. Today we are going to be casting Escape the Night Season 5. It's been a while since I've done an Escape the Night content video, so here we go. Today we're going to be casting Escape the Night Season 5. Obviously, Season 5 would have been filmed and aired by now. However, COVID has disrupted the filming process and the production of the show. So, and if you don't know about what Escape the Night is, by the way, it is a YouTube original show hosted by Joey with a cast of about 10 to 11 people. So, there's a few people who didn't make the cast and a few people who did make the cast. And let's go through some of the considerations before we actually hop into it, because obviously we can't go through the seasons because we aren't casting an all-star season, because obviously all-stars has just happened. We're casting it's going to be a complete new cast filled with friends from Joey. Filled with Joey's friends. I'm messing up my words again, like yesterday. Or my last video. And I'm not counting the live streams. If we've done live streams don't count. The last video. Anyway, so let's go through some of the considerations. I considered Lauren's Eastside. However, she would be a lock, except she's pregnant and she is having a baby, and I feel like she's the type of person who would take care of a child or doing a show like that. So I couldn't put her on because I feel like the baby thing would be too important to her, which is honestly completely fine. So I didn't put her on. I didn't put JoJo Siwa on the cast, even though I did consider her. I didn't put her on because JoJo, who I feel like is more kid-friendly, a kid-friendly person. And even though she did compete in the Escape the Night escape room last year, I still think she wouldn't do it, because I know there's a lot of people in the show who would swear, and I don't think, and there's like gore and stuff like that. And it can get pretty violent in Escape the Night, so I didn't put her on because because I think it would be weird for fans to see her be on the show with score and like violence and stuff. So I didn't put her on. Same thing with Stacey Place. I feel like even though she's friends with Joey, I didn't put her on the cast because he is more of a kid-friendly YouTuber, and I feel like her fans would be like, "Oh, why is Stacey competing in that?" And a lot of people swear in that show, so I didn't put Stacey on the cast. I didn't put Miranda Sings on the cast, although Colleen was on the cast. Who, if you don't know, Colleen Ballinger does play Miranda Sings, but Miranda Sings, she has a contract with Netflix, so Miranda Sings could only be in there for like 10 seconds up to a minute, so I couldn't even get her on the show. But Colleen Ballinger can go on, even though she has played before. She has played twice. Now, the next person I could also consider is PewDiePie, except he lives in Sweden, or in Europe at least, and I feel like it'd be really tough for him to get all the way to California. I also considered Ollie, aka the Orion Sound. I feel like Ollie would be fun to see on the show, but I feel like he would have a tough time getting over to America. So, yep. I also considered Joey's friend Oscar. I feel like he'd be pretty fun, but he just didn't make the cut. I also considered Rob Sesternino. Obviously, he didn't make the cut. I mean, Raw. I think he'd be targeted really, really quick, and I don't even know if he'd do it. To be honest with you, I don't think he would. I also consider Dan TDM, but he kind of lives in America. He lives in Britain or the UK, and feel like it'd be tough for him to go all the way to America to film a season. So I didn't consider him. I also considered IS Cupquake's boyfriend Mario, or I have no idea what his name is. But he didn't make the cut. I also considered Rip Mika, who's one of Joey's gaming friends. I considered her, but I feel like she wouldn't do him as well, so I just didn't. I just left her off, to be honest with you. Even though I think she would be fun. I mean, she was pretty fun to watch in the Among Us in real life video, which was on Joey's channel. But now let's go through the 11 people who did make the cut. So, and let's start off with, of course, number one, the first person who definitely made it to the cast is Joey. Although he created the show, he's not the host of the show. He's a player. So obviously he's one of the 11 spots. But I also put on Shelby on the cast, aka Shelby, and I put her on because she was really fun to see in that Among Us game, and she also went to Joey's Christmas party a couple of years ago. So I feel like that's something, and they have a great bond, and I feel like she'd be really fun to see on the show. I'm pretty sure I already said that, but yeah, I put her on. I think it'd be pretty fun to see one of Joey's gaming friends to be on the show like that. I also considered James Charles. Obviously, he would have been on the season this time around if COVID wasn't happening. So I'm pretty sure Joey's really wanted him to get into a season. It's just the timing. So I put him on the cast. Obviously, he's a lock. I also put on Captain Sparkles, aka Jordan Marin. I don't know how well he'd do. I think he'd be pretty great on the show. It'd be pretty fun to see some gamers and play on the season. So I'll put him on. Sorry. I also put Rachel Ballinger, who is Colleen Ballinger's sister. I think this would be amazing thing to watch play out. I mean, I think Rachel would be that type of person who would continuously try to go after Joey and get revenge after what he did to Colleen in season 3. I feel like that would be such a fun thing to watch. So obviously she made the cut. I also put Ellie Shadow Lady on the cast, aka Lizzie. Lizzie was actually supposed to be in season 3, but she couldn't. She didn't make it. Couldn't get all the way to California because she lives in the UK. So obviously Lizzie has made the cast. I also put Megan on the cast, aka Strawberry 17. Megan was also an amazing race. She ran the race with Joey, so obviously that's something there. And also she did pretty well in the Among Us tournament, in that Among Us in real life thing. So that was pretty fun and to watch her play it out. It was pretty. And Joey and Megan are still friends to this day, and it was really interesting. I also put David Dobrik on the cast. I just put him on because I think he would be in consideration for her. Would be in consideration for Escape the Night, so I put him on. I don't really have that much of a reason. I feel like he would do kind of well on the show. I also put Markiplier on the show, though. I think I really just needed someone else on the show. And I think I heard rumors that he was definitely in consideration to be on this season. So I put him on. And also he kind of lives in America, and compared to people like Jacksepticeye and PewDiePie and Dan TDM who live all the way in Europe, I think Markiplier lives in the US, and so I think it'd be pretty it would be easier for him to play along in the show or compete in the show, and I feel it could be pretty fun to see. So, yeah. I think the big problem for him, do they have the time? And that's pretty much for everyone here. Do they have the time to go out to California to film a season? I don't know. I also put I.S. Cupquake on the cast, aka Tiff. I think Tiff would be amazing to see in the show. I feel like she would be the person to fill up Lauren's casting spot, so I put I.S. Cupquake on the cast. And the last person I put on the cast is HBOM94, aka Liam. I feel like he would do pretty fine on the cast. I just don't. I think he'd do pretty well in the show. I keep messing up my words. I'm really sorry, but I think he'd do pretty well in the show. But I don't know. I really just needed someone to put it in there. I put him on the show because I put him in the cast because he was at Joey's Christmas party a couple years ago, so I think that's something to note there. And that's the cast. So once again, the 11-person cast is Joey Gacefa, Shelby, James Charles, Captain Sparkles, Rachel Ballinger, LD Shadowlady, Megan, aka Strawberry 17, David Dobrik, Markiplier, I.S. Cupquake, and HBOM94. So, yeah, that's the cast. So, I really just thought of this last minute, like last night, and I was comparing, searching up this list, preparing. So, yeah, and I do have some unfortunate news. Unfortunately, Survivor on Netflix is only available in the U.S. version, and I live in Canada, so that sucks for me. So that series won't be coming. I'm actually kind of thinking about, there's that Survivor original channel or something, or a Survivor official channel that uploads all the international versions. I might start watching the international versions and start doing recap shows on those, because I can't live without Survivor, to be honest with you. Well, obviously I can. I just don't want to live with Survivor. I want Survivor in my life. I'm just trying to, I want to be on the show one day, so that's happening. So, we're trying for that. I also have future ideas for the channel, and future video ideas. So that. Also, one more thing before I end off the video, that trifecta video, the reality show trifecta video, I keep trying to do the video, it just doesn't work out. So yeah, I don't even know when that will come. I'm pretty sure I'm just gonna scrap that idea now, because it's been so long since I promised you guys that idea. But yeah, anyway guys, that's gonna be the end of this video here. Thank you for watching.